Okay, right. Let's see if we can. We've done heaps of these before. Let's see if we can make this one look nice. Hear the squeaks, noises. Sounds terrible. It's probably hard to hear. You need to plug in some high fidelity headphones, maybe noise cancelling ones if you've got them, because it's hard to hear some of the noises. I do think maybe on camera it's not as easy to hear it as it is being there, so that's understandable. So it'd be good to just don a pair of headphones to see if you can hear the noises that I'm talking about, which show Konica Minolta's incompetence of quality control, because this machine has not been overworked. It's far from it. It's been underworked, if anything. Let's see what we can do with this interesting piece of shit. Is it going to be blue or is it going to be yellow? Because yellow is in it. So we'll see or maybe, try and think, maybe magenta. Maybe we'll run with magenta, and let's see what we can do to make this look good. This is a piece of shit that I'm photocopying anyway. So we're going to make this look interesting, as we like to try to do when we make our demos. All right. This toner's probably going to run out soon. Still hasn't shown the low toner indication yet, the magenta. This colour, that pink colour. So, and the black is also, looks like it's on its way out, but it's been on that for a long time and still hasn't run out. But good, I've got black toner, but I don't have any magenta. I'll have to get some from the supplier when I run out of the stuff. Let's see how we go with this one. This one here is Mossman Daily. Okay, it's a rich person's shit. It's about Mossman, which is typically a rich person's area. So I like to take the piss out of Mossman. It's basically near where I live, and basically it's Snooty. And they always admire people who make money or do something like that. But money making should not be considered a gauge of success on its own. It must be combined with how much that person has given to society, not what they've taken from it by being snobs and not allowing poor people to share in their fortunes, because these are the people that have the potential to make a difference to the poor and the needy and the sick and the disabled. But these rich people usually choose not to do that. They just choose to hoard money for themselves, and that's just not good enough, in my opinion. I consider that more of a fail than being poor. Being poor is usually not the person's fault. So basically, these rich people have got to wake up to themselves, and they just love their suburb. They just brown nose each other, and they piss in each other's pockets. I got the term pissing in each. This toner is slightly bubbled, just a bit. Feels a bit rough. Can't see it. It's not too bad. But then Konica Minolta. We talk companies like Konica Minolta, for example, are full of snobs. I mean, they don't want to make a difference. These are the kinds of people, especially the big corporations, that could make a difference to the poor. They make obscene amounts of money, and yet they give obscenely small, piddly amounts that don't solve any problems. They may feel good about helping maybe one or two people, or maybe 20 people out of a whole bunch of people, but basically they don't really care what happens to the poor. They don't care. They just think about themselves and their friends and their little cliquey little group. They don't care about anyone that's not in the group. They just care about their own kind, and usually they're rich as well. So you've got people who don't need help helping each other, but the people who are poor can't help themselves, and they don't get any help from the rich. So I've got a very big message to the rich people, especially Konica Minolta, is that up yours, fuck wits. And I have no respect for the class, classiness that these fuckwits try to force into the not so fortunate people's face. They just like to show off their cars and show off their big houses and fuck this and fuck that. And I say, fuck you! That's what I say to the rich. So fuck you is the right thing to say. The right greeting to give to the rich is fuck you. Because I'm not going to let the rich tell me what to do. I'm not going to let the rich sabotage my success. I'm going to do it all on my own, maybe with the help of Luigi. Well, eventually Luigi will help me to one day get in the position where that despite my disabilities, they'll have technology to fix the damage done to my brain at birth. My short-term memory and my hippocampus, I believe, have been severely damaged because of oxygen starvation. And basically, the hippocampus is the part of the brain that turns short-term memories into long-term memories. And my short-term memory is the other part, did I mention? I forgot, that got damaged as well. So I've got no ability to learn. I can't make money. I can't do much but play with a fucking photocopier or maybe upload videos to social media. And I'm very smart in other parts of the brain. It's not like the whole brain has been taken also, but I really want to do good for society. And one day when they have the quantum computer chips that can fix the damaged parts or replace the damaged parts, there are other parts of the brain I believe have been involved, but I don't know enough to say what they are. So basically we're going to get lots of tests done, but basically in the future I want to be a CEO of a future photocopier company. We're going to build photocopiers that last 60 years for spare parts, consumables and service, not 5 years like this piece of shit. And we're going to make these machines easy to recycle. They're going to be easy to recycle, so when it does reach the 60-year date, when it has to be decommissioned, decommissioning it into recyclable materials will be a lot easier than the shit we have today. We'll cut back on the use of plastics because plastics just complicate things because there's so many different types of plastic. We try to restrict the plastics to stuff like plugs and sockets, wiring, insulation on wiring, that sort of shit. We don't make plastic panels. We don't have plastic chassis. None of that shit. We don't want it. It's not good enough. And basically we want to build these machines as much as possible from recycled materials like other e-waste and we're going to try and source as many of our materials as possible from recycled sources, not mining. We're not going to mine unless we have to. And the mining we're going to do mostly to get these recyclable materials is out of rubbish dumps that basically, what can I say, have been really dirty. They really pollute the waterways and they pollute wherever. In the third world countries, electronics get dumped in big massive, what appear to be open graves. I can't even look at pictures of it because it really freaks me out. So I can't look at pictures of these graveyards that these rich people have given to places like China and India, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but basically we can't have that. We've got to clean it up. We've got to clean up the planet. And that's another thing. I want to be a scientist as well as a CEO. So I want to so that'll be part of, I don't know who's going to do the research on rubbish dumps. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do some other things like working out how to repair the damage that the rich and the powerful made, like climate change, global warming, plastics in our ocean. Yes, we've got to use less of that shit. What else can we do? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm trying to brainstorm here what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Oh yeah, harness the power of lightning as a renewable power source. Another boost to renewables would be to somehow attract lightning to some kind of capacitor or battery setup and then somehow leak it off slowly so it can power industry, domestic and commercial. So we've got a lot of work to be done. We've got to clean up this planet. We've got to respect our planet. Of course, we're going to try and fix up the Great Barrier Reef, replant major forests like rainforests, and we've got to somehow fix this planet, because the human race, if the human race is going to have a future, we're all going to have to fix this. And I take it upon myself. The money I make from building the photocopier and selling them will end up, or should I say selling what we've built, sorry, and I'm going to put most of my money towards science, which will be like hobbies for me. I'll treat science like a hobby, but it's not going to be just a hobby. The hobbies are going to be the discoveries I make are going to be given to people who I believe are responsible and worthy of the responsibility of using these discoveries, like the power of harnessing lightning for electricity. Well, we want a person who wants to, I'll give it for free, but the thing is, the electricity that comes from this renewable energy must be free. We've got to make free electricity for the world, folks. Free electricity, no more of these high prices. Everyone has a right to warm showers, heating and cooling. No more of this need to ration. We're going to run it on renewables, folks, and lightning will be a new source to incorporate. But we got to, I don't know how bad the world's going to be, if they're going to somehow avoid the world heating up too much, that it's going to cause severe damage and human casualties and death. But at the moment, I've got no power. So at the moment, I'm trying to get on social media and make this a viral campaign. And basically, to you, Shoei Yamana, you're not running Konica Minolta very well. I can see through the advertising and the bullshit that your stupid company has. I don't like you. You think you're fucking success because you're fucking rich, but you're a failure, Shoei Yamana. He's the CEO of Konica Minolta, this huge multinational company. He's the CEO. He's the linchpin. He's an asshole. He cares only about money. This is what I say to Shoei. Up yours.